version of the command module.
Hello everyone. I hope you're all well this morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is where you are. My name is Sahil. I am part of AIM and I am essentially the uni student coordinator for Imagi-Nation University this year, and I'm really excited to have this amazing chat with everyone today. I'm zooming in from Gadigal country in the heart of Sydney, and I'm excited to converse with you all today and chat about some exciting things. As I said before, I'm part of Imagi-Nation University, and it's really exciting where we are right now. We have a few more weeks of our doors being open, people coming in, and the people coming in have one criteria, and that is that they're people willing to create change in their communities. And it's really great to have everyone. I see a Zoom call right now with some amazing faces and names and people from all over the world. We've got people from Australia, Uganda, India, Kenya, and a few more and we'll hear from them really shortly. And yeah, so these people that have joined are ambassadors, global ambassadors of equality. And as I said, they're people that want to create change, and all of them have their own change project. And we have a thing at AIM called Unlikely Connections, which is about people who can connect with each other within Imagi-Nation University and talk about ideas and embrace complexity and really put emphasis on the value of human connection. So these people are about to kick off on a 10-month change project. Some may have started, and they're going to be supported by their new network. So supported by the people on this call, supported by people like me, and I'm excited to hear their stories. So we're about to kick that off, but first, we had a bit of Imagi-Nation University run last year, which was really exciting. And so I'm going to kindly ask the person behind the computer to click play on a video, and we're going to see a little bit about our graduates of 2021. Let's do it.
The university is a device for us to build a bridge between imagining what's possible and doing what's possible.
80 plus change makers strategizing.
My goal is to lead other women into their preferred path.
Experimenting.
Learning so much from just storytelling.
There were no barriers to what you wanted to achieve.
Dreaming, and most importantly, doing.
It was just incredible going from mentee to president.
People have graduated. They've said they were going to do something, and they finished.
Well, anything is possible, as we always say at Imagine University.
You've opened doors of possibilities. You've opened the way in which people can connect.
The greatest lesson I've learned along this way has been that we are well and truly all in this together.
2, 1, go.
Amazing. I hope that pumps everyone up. Before I go around the call and talk about, let people introduce themselves and hear where they're from, we have 5 types of people that can join the university. We have school students, teachers, uni students, citizens, and executives. I was very privileged last year to be one of the uni student ambassadors, and that meant my change project was about recruiting some people around my university, and ask them to put their hand up and be brave. And let's go out to local high schools and talk with some young people that want to share their story and bring those voices that haven't been heard into the spotlight. And that's what we did last year. And I'm grateful now to be able to chat with all of you now. And so let's go around the call. And Angelina, tell me about yourself and your change project this year.
Sure. First of all, thank you so much for having me. It's so exciting. I'm Angelina. I'm calling from Germany. I'm currently on my gap year, but I'll be starting uni in September. And honestly, I can't wait to do more in the field of, or like on the intersection of technology and democracy, because I'm super passionate about revitalizing democracy and helping other young people find their personal connection to this probably to many people abstract concept, but in fact it's pretty alive. And I really hope to dedicate my Changemaker project to help other young people find their niche in activism for democracy.
That's so great. We have Angelina, is it correct you're a school student? Is that correct?
Yeah, well, I'm planning to probably focus on university students because I'm starting uni in September, and that's where I'll probably spend most of my time then. And yeah.
So good, so good. As I mentioned before, I was a uni student ambassador last year, and it's really cool that we've got Mukundwa on the call right now. I've had a chat with you, and we've had some email exchanges, and it's been fun. But you've got an amazing story. So tell me a bit about that, and tell the world a bit about yourself.
Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, it is now. Go for it.
All right. So my name is Mukundwa. I'm from DR Congo. So I've been in M, and I got to meet M in Kampala, Uganda, when I was doing one course at Cavendish University. But I didn't stay there for long. I had to finish and went back to my country. Reaching in my country, so I saw the amazing things that we've been doing at Cavendish University with the school students, reaching out to school students, changing their lives, interacting with them. So it was so powerful. I saw this vision is so rare, and it's nowhere to be found in my country, and it can be so helpful to transform and change the lives of the students and perspective of life in my country. So I got to start applying for mentorship. Not mentorship, actually it was school hundred, when it was still called school hundred, because the one was my mentor was Shaka. He told me that, please, since you have the passion and you feel the heart burning to take this vision to your country, please apply for school hundreds. Once you pass through, it will be so amazing to take this vision to your country. So I went ahead and applied for since 2017. I've been just knocking in the door. Finally, last year in December, he applied again, and I applied as an Imagi-Nation president, and I went through, and I'm so glad to be here, because really this vision and the DNA of M and what is bringing in this world, it's so amazing, and I cannot forgive myself to not bring an amazing vision to my country, because there is a lot of aspect that I cannot explain right now here, in which this vision can help university students as well as high school students. So I'm really, really excited, and I can't wait to kick in, because I've even started interesting people. We even started having some chat with my colleague, and reaching out, planning about which school and targeting. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait to start off this vision. Yeah, thank you. Most kind of like that, because I cannot go ahead. I have a lot if I'm to talk. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mukundwa. It's great to hear your story. Let's keep this energy going. Let's keep this vibe going strong. Moksha from India, you want to tell me about yourself? Tell me about your change project and what's happening.
Okay, I'm a high school student. And my project is about creative writing. Personally, I've been writing since I was in ninth grade, and you know, the main problem over here is that the lack of self expression and the lack of creative writing, the lack of art in our societies these days. Most of the people, like we are enhancing in technology, we are enhancing in so many different aspects and sciences, but not about technology. I would love to share and do it, or just be a part of creative writing, just be a part of some, some story. And I'm just so excited to be here right now.
Thank you so much, Moksha. Looking forward to see what writing comes out over the next few months. Excited to see that. Katende, if you want to tell me where you're from and yeah, a bit about your change project.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm Katende Edward from Uganda, Africa. I'm so grateful that I'm part of this wonderful innovation creative organization. I met Imagi-Nation from Kampala, Uganda, from my colleague, university student called Kakoza Kim, was our president last year. And I got some mentorship from Siaka, who is also a coordinator with Imagi-Nation. I interacted with him in Makerere University. My project mainly is in health because I'm a medical student, whereby I want to meet young people with sensitization on how they can live a healthy life through implementing more about primary health care, whereby we need to prevent diseases before their occurrences when I'm talking to them, and also inspire them on how they can continue with their career up to the university stage, because that's the most important thing as we're going to do this. I have how to share about this one, but let me stop there for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We've had people talking about democracy and change. We've had a creative writer. We've had Mukundwa and Katende talking about their change project at universities. And now we're going to hear from Magda. Tell us about yourself and your change project, please.
Hello, I'm from Colombia, but at the moment I am living in Australia. My project is, we have a very strong situation about the violence in Colombia. It's really hard. Was for a long time. It's for a long time ago. I want to, and we have indigenous people in Colombia. They are very wise, and they told about us, like to the brothers and sisters younger. They are the older because they think very they are very smart, and they don't think only for herself or for the town. They think about the connection with the earth, and I want to try to take that kind of things for show to the people that live in the cities, in whole Colombia, for try to connect the people, not only with other people, with the heart too, but that start with the respect. They have something that they say that we need to be respect with ourselves, be respect with the other people, and don't permit that no one come to hurt us. And if we respect that kind of thing, we can leave everyone in peace. And it's something very essential, very simple, but the humans has a very hard problem to understand it. So I want to develop something for try to start with a small maybe illustrations, an illustrator too, and some tools for help the people to transmit that kind of thing to the citizen.
Thank you so much, Magda. Let's go for Abdullahi. I've talked to you as well, Abdullahi, on Zoom, and I love chatting with you. Remind me of your story and a bit about yourself and your change project.
Hi everyone, I am Abdullah Abdul, originally from Nigeria, but studying in Uganda at Cavendish University. I've been with him now for like, I think 3 years. Yeah, I've been a mentor. Now, I've been leading the aim after Shaka left, which has been good also. Normally, we have been going to the schools. We normally use tropical school, high school, to engage with students, to make sure they are comfortable in their comfort zone, and we try to inspire them that society never let them down. Also not feel down because of the background they are coming from, which is one of the aim and goal of AIM. And also this time around, we are trying to assist. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Abdullahi. You cut out a little bit, but that's all good. We're gonna keep the ball rolling. Gonna go for who hasn't gone yet. We've got heaps of people on this call. Tamiso from, I think, University of Venda, South Africa. We've had two Shaka shout-outs, who is a co-CEO at AIM. And Tamiso, I think you work closely with Vitali, another co-CEO. So tell me your story and what you're thinking of doing this year.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. My name is Tumiso from South Africa. I'm based at the University of Venda. So with me, we've been doing Tutor Squad at school. The idea is to assist students who might not get exactly what the teachers are saying to them or whatever that they are being taught in class. So as myself, together with my colleagues, we are trying to have Tutor Squad which are taking place after school, whereby we engage with learners, particularly those who are doing physical science, maths, life science, accounting, and other modules or subjects. So we are trying by all means to ensure that we bridge the gap. We act as an intermediate between the students or the learners and the teachers. Moreover, we are trying to have some engagement whereby we also motivate those learners to get exposure about whatever that is happening at the university. I'm not sure if I will be able to share some of the pictures that we had last time, whereby we were attending some Tutor Squad. These are some of the pictures. Are they visible?
Yes, they are, I believe.
Yes, these are we usually take when you go to school and work with those learners. And the other one I have is the one that they took me while motivating those learners, whereby they had a career exhibition. So this is the picture. I'm not sure if I'm visible. Just confirm with me.
Yes, you are, Tamiso.
Yes, exactly. So basically, with an aim, we are trying to bridge the gap between learners as well as getting exposure to the university, so that when they come to the university, in most cases, we are focusing on grade 12 learners, but we are not saying that we exclude other grades. We are working with them, but our major focus is on grade 12 learners, so that when they come to the university in the coming years, they also have what the knowledge about what is happening at the university. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I've heard on our side in Australia how well South Africa is doing at the moment, and those photos are incredible to see, Tamiso. So let's go to Bhupinder Singh, if you can introduce yourself. We might not have you. Oh, we do? Let's go. Tell me a bit about yourself and your change project this year.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Are you able to get?
Yeah, so if you could tell me about yourself and your change project this year.
Hey, I'm Upender Singh. I'm from India. It's been a quiet day. My rights project is my project was going to school and educating the people about about the use of plastics and how it harms us, and the type of plastics to be used for consuming food products and other things, and what are the effects and disease that we get from using plastics and other kind of things, and also to encourage the importance of education among the local peoples in our nearby villages and etc. So recently I have been participated in the RISE project where I did this project, and it was quite successful around the area, and that was my RISE project.
Wow, beautiful. And let's keep it going. We're about to get through all the intros and then have a really cool conversation. Success, are you there? Don't know if we have Success. I was going to make a nice segue because Bhupinder said that he had a successful program. And so I was going to go Success. Tell me a bit about yourself. But Success might not be here. Abdul Salam, I know that you might have connection issues. If you want to chat, take the mic.
Hi.
How you going?
So let me just make it quick. My name is Abdul Salam. I'm from Nigeria. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can.
Okay. My name is Abdul Salam. I'm from Nigeria, and my change project is eradicating poverty through talent promotion and support. I believe that through talent promotion, like probably sometimes I used to think that even promoting talent and letting people get exposed to their talent, letting them monetize their talent is more important than education. But both works hand in hand. So I created a blog where I share opportunities, and once I had a YouTube channel where I talk about poverty, and I also participated in the RISE, which I was chosen as a finalist just of recent, and that's it. And now what I'm looking through to do this year is going to schools, as people have said before, and I've spoken to some aid teachers, and I'll be going to some primary schools in my local area. So I feel when these kids are motivated right from their childhood or from their early teen age, like 13, 12, 13, 14, and then these people, this thing, they will have like the mindset of being successful, because crime is plunging into our community very much. People now think the only way to survive is crime, whereby you can even survive with your talent and monetizing your talent, which it is God gifted. You don't have to just wait until you're employed, because there are scarcity of jobs, unemployment everywhere, and I think talent promotion is really one of the main things we should do to kick poverty out. Yeah, and that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Perfect. I think we've made our way through, and that's everyone on this call. And just to, bring it back all together, we've got, people from Uganda, Congo, India. We've got all these people coming together, and in Australia, and it's really nice, and South Africa. And it's really a place, what really interests me about Imagi-Nation University is the idea of unlikely connections, that wherever we are around the world, we've jumped on and heard each other's stories. And something I've learned over the last few months was how strong someone's story can be when you hear someone's story, and you can probably most of the time empathize with elements of their story and hear about their emotions or their learnings from that. So that's what this conversation is going to be about. We're going to talk about some unlikely connections. And the first question I'd like to ask Tumiso in South Africa, tell me about an unlikely connection you've had in your life and maybe where that ended up.
Yeah, I beg your pardon.
Is there a time in your life that you've had an unlikely connection with someone, and where did that end up?
Thank you very much. You're saying online connection that I had with someone, and what did it happen to end up? I can't hear you properly. May you please repeat your question?
Yes, sure. If you could let me know about an unlikely connection you've had with someone and what that connection was.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, the online connection that I had with someone was the other guy who was studying at the Nelson Mandela University, whereby we just met on LinkedIn, whereby we used to encourage one another to see how things are happening in that side of the other province, because I'm in Limpopo. So with that online connection, I had an exposure to see that world is broad. So I should not be limited or be comfortable in the amidst of whatever that the situation is happening. I need to look up into some opportunities to see what is it that people are doing outside. Because now, if I am to be real, we are being in a comfort zone whereby we see things in other way, in other eye. But if we are engaging with various people through online, through whatsoever, networking with them, we can see that there are still a lot of things that we need to cover in life.
Beautiful. And I'd just like to say on Zoom, there's this really funky function that you can put your hand up. So I want to ask a question. Actually, if anyone wants to answer this question about an unlikely connection you've had, let me know and I can pass the mic on to you. But I'm going to put someone on the spot. Angelina, tell me about an unlikely connection you've had and where that's ended up.
Sure. And actually, I was just about to raise my hand anyway. So I could tell you about a program that I participated in last year. It's called Project Wayfinder. We were a global cohort and split into 3 groups taking place at different times. And one day I had to switch my group because I couldn't make the other timing. And that's how I met one of my closest friends now. That was pretty unlikely because if I had just attended my usual group, I never would have gotten in touch with him. But we got to do a group project together, or it was rather a partner project. And we became so close over the last past year. And now he's really one of my friends. He's from India. And before, I've never really encountered, or I've never gotten in touch with someone from India before. But now we're in daily contact. And it's we understand each other so well, even though there's thousands of kilometers between us. And this is something that completely changed my outlook on life and connections. And I'm super grateful for that, just because of a very unlikely switch of timings.
Perfect. Amazing. I read your mind with putting your hand up. So thanks for sharing. Katende, I think you've got an unlikely connection you want to share. Let us know.
Yes, thank you very much. For me, mine was really a coincidence because in 2019 we attended a national family planning conference whereby as I was presenting my abstract, I met with a guy called Ramani Kwasache, and I was really a good guy. Was doing Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery at Kampala International University, and we had an interaction. And as I was doing my work, my presentation told him that, yeah, you have a good work you are doing. I can connect you with a certain organization called Peace First, whereby they can help you to fund your project with a mini grant of $250. And really, I got that $250 in 2021, and I made a project of unwanted pilgrims in young girls. It was in my community where I'm basing to right now. So it was really amazing. And not only that, it made me also to meet Kakoza Kim, who made me to become university president right now, which am I. So really, unlikely connections are helping me and are helping me moving from one step to another. And right now I'm meeting you. And I'm meeting others like Angelina. Really, so amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Unlikely connections can lead us anywhere, and even the Zoom call, like you, Katende, without that unlikely connection, you've ended up into the AIM world, and that's similar to my story. Because of one unlikely connection, I've ended up falling in love with everything that AIM does, and enjoying this journey and continuing this journey. So on this journey, I've had heaps of learning to do, and I've learned a lot. So this next thing is probably a pretty fun question when I first read it. And I would like to first ask Mukundwa, what's the strangest place you've learnt something?
Well, it's kind of a little bit fun, but funny. But the strangest place that I've learned something is when I just traveled to Sudan, South Sudan, whereby there is something that really, really shook my eyes, whereby I saw in an office of a government, okay, official for government, official offices for government, whereby they were still using a pot to drink the water inside. Like everyone, the cup is there and everyone comes and fetch from that pot. So I saw that thing that, okay, it was backward, but it showed me love and unity, how people are still trusting each other, how people are still connecting with each other up to that extent, whereby where the world where we live right now, even if someone finishes drinking from a cup, you will never again drinking from it. So, but the other side where I saw there is a pot and everyone comes and drinks from it. So it taught me a lot and told me that there is still love and unity and people living together at a certain point. So at that particular place, I learned that lesson. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I love learning, and I'm excited to learn what your answer to this next question is, Abdullahi. But I see the clouds right now on your screen. But we'll pass it on to Magda, actually. What's the strangest place you've learned something?
Hello, can you repeat, please? Sorry.
The question is, what's the strangest place you've learned something?
I'm not sure. Maybe I was teacher, and you know that when we are trying to explain something, always it's no. It's something that everything can happen in a in a classroom, but I think that every day I learned, but especially for my students. I don't know, and I think that I don't have I can't explain. I have a lot of memories about it, but the more simple things sometimes.
Thanks, Magda. The beauty about learning is that it can happen anywhere. And Abdullahi, let me know about where what's the strangest place you've learned something?
I think it is my suggestion for learning some. It is when the first time I went to Uganda, I commissioned. I was surprised.
I think we might have lost Abdullahi there as he walks around. But Moksha, chilling out. What's the strangest place you've learned something?
Maybe during this summer camp when we are having this sculpting lessons, and I guess I was with my cousin and some random people I never met, and I don't know, I was a pretty shy kid when I was young, and I learned some random person just helped me with so many things, and now he's one of my best friend. I learned how to be much more open to people, like let you know, show my communication skills and the importance of friends.
Amazing. Let's keep this going. I've got another question up my sleeve, and Bhupender, if you want to answer this one, I really enjoy your change project of teaching the importance of recycling and plastics and the dangers associated with plastics and consumption in that sense. So if you would like to tell me about why is it important to participate in change and participate actively in change?
Hi. Hi, it's important to participate in. Hi,
It's 1:16 p.m. You don't have any notifications at the moment.
Sorry, Bhupender, we can't hear you at the moment. No, your mic's not working.
It's 1:17 p.m.
Oh, it's not working at the moment, Bhupender, don't worry. We'll come back to you. But for now, let's see. We've got a really interesting question in the chat line here. Angelina asked, what does imagination mean to you? And what do you value in imagination? Is this a question for me, or is this a question for everyone else? Because this question has stumped me a little bit. But I really wanted to answer the question about where's the strangest place I've learned something. But let's see. Mukundwa, I want to pass the question on to you. Tell me, what does imagination mean to you?
Well, for me, imagination means everything. Everything that's have been created in this world came from someone's imagination. So all kinds of change, all kinds of structure, all kinds of life, everything that's image or we're living in came from someone's imagination. So imagination is something that we intend to ignore, but it's a very powerful weapon that we've been given by God, because we might go to school, we learn things, but those things that we are learning, you remember it was someone else's imagination. He sat down and thought about it, and it just came into his mind and said, oh, wow, this is a great idea. This is a great thing that I can implement today. And the world moves smoothly. Imagine today we are connecting all over the world here right now at the same time. Okay, different times, but at the same moment we are connecting, we are talking. It was somebody's imagination thinking of how can I make possible for people of different world to bring the world closer so that people can communicate. So imagination is not something that we have to take for granted, but imagination is something that we have to treasure, even though we go to school. That's why even I always go telling kids and others at school, telling them, well, we are studying, yes, but the most important thing is to what do you imagine in your head? What is that thing that always click in your mind and you feel like this is the thing that I will do? This is the thing that I can do to support, to bring change in this world. You might learn, you might get tools, but use what is in your imagination to make sure that you bring it to life and you bring change in the world. So, on my behalf, imagination is everything, is everything. So, I don't take imagination for granted, is everything that has been leading me up to today. Thank you.
I am incredibly glad that I passed that question on to you, Mukundwa. You've absolutely smashed that question. Brilliant. If anyone else would like to answer that question, put your hand up either on your screen like this or through the Zoom way. But I'm going to ask someone else the same question because I definitely can't beat Mukundwa's answer. And so I'm going to ask someone else the question from before. Why is it so important to participate actively in change? If Katende, if you would like to answer that one about why is it important to activate change and participate in that, let me know.
Yes, I request that you come again with the question.
Yes, so why is it important to participate actively in change?
Yeah, idea to participate actively in change. This one is help us to collect all ideas from different individuals. If at all one stays with an idea, if at all me, I say that no, let me not participate in anything. Maybe on how to end energy pregnancies, maybe my community would not have been helped. But me going ahead to share my idea with the district health officer, it showed that there's something which can be done to solve the problem. Whatever that there is COVID period that students at home, but still something can be done. So to participate actively leads to generate more ideas, get solutions, and we act as a team to solve most of the problems in different areas.
Thank you, Katende. And Magda, same question for you. Tell me how important it is to participate actively in change.
I think that we are here right now. We are living in the present. If we need to do the thing, we need to make a change. If we don't do it, who will to work? We can wait more for other people. We can wait that another people take our responsibility. It's our responsibility if age people that can understand that it's our responsibility, that person can start to work. The other people maybe is not conscious about it, but when we understand it, we need to take action immediately. And we need to do it. If we understand that, we need to do it.
Thank you so much, Magda. We've talked about unlikely connections, talking about the strangest place you've learned something, and also about how to participate actively in change. And because of Angelina's question, we also talked about what imagination means to you, where I was stunned by Mukundwa's answer, but just want to read a little bit from the chat line in Zoom. We've got Maddie, who's behind the computer, made this show possible, said imagination is magic. We've got Katende, who said imagination is a place where I can discover myself and learn to know nothing can limit me. So imagination can help to remove all obstacles which can see. And Tumiso from South Africa said imagination is about having picture in you and making it happen, thinking about how we can change positively and play a role in the lives of individuals. And I think that just proves how endless imagination is, how beautiful imagination is, and how truly, like Mukundwa said, imagination is truly everything. So just to start wrapping things up, I can leave the floor open for a little bit. If anyone would like to ask anyone a question, we've got, within the university, we've got 5 different types of people. And on this call, we've got university students who will go out and, mentor some secondary students or high school students. We've got school students, citizens, which are people who want to create change in their community. We've got teachers and executives. So let's leave the floor open. If anyone would like to ask anyone a question, if not, then shake your head no. I'll take that as a no, which is all good. Oh, we've got Tumiso. What's your question, Tumiso?
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, I've got a concern because now we are dealing with students who are in university to trying to see how best we can do to change them, and together with learners who are also in university. So what is it that we can do to try to include students who are out of school and learners who are out of school to the change? Because in most cases, but excluding those who are out of the school, but still strategies that we can use, or those learners who are out of school, they are also in part of this change.
Cool. I think it broke up a little bit, but I think I understand what you're saying. It's how to activate people who are outside of university and school. I would go back to the most organic way, and that is to share your story and what we do at AIM and Imagi-Nation University, and to share your story, and that will hopefully inspire others to be brave and put their hand up to join you on our mission of building a fairer world together. And just lastly, I think we're running out of time a little bit, but time is relative and time is a concept that we can now break down and extend. So I'm going to ask, if you've got your camera on or something like that, I'm going to pass the ball to you and say, what's your 10-second message to people or kids around the world that you would like to share? So Angelina, with the amazing questions, tell us what your 10-second message would be. Go for it.
Thank you. Well, my message would be, never think that you are alone with your ideas and your passions. You are going to find your people. And sometimes for that, you just have to step out of your comfort zone and reach out. And then you'll probably make the most amazing connections of your life.
Perfect. And Mukundwa, what's your 10-second message?
Well, my 10-second message is never underestimate your imagination. Despite which circumstances that you can be in your life, imagination is a very, very precious thing, more than gold you would ever have. So hold on in it and make it happen. Thank you.
Thanks, Mukundwa. And Magda, what's your 10-second message to kids around the world?
Okay, it's a sentence from Andrei Koligowski that say, if not you, then who? If not now, then when?
Yeah, I love that quote. It's an amazing quote. Tumiso, what's your 10-second message to kids around the world?
Thank you very much. My 10-second message is that every person that you meet in life may bring a good, positive change. So you need to respect everyone that you come across.
Yes, respect is so important. Magda, you talked about respect within the indigenous communities in Colombia at the very beginning of this call, and it's come around full circle to Mizo talking about respect as his 10-second message to kids around the world. And Abdullahi, I think we've got you. Tell me what your 10-second message is.
Can you hear me? Mine is just simple. I think we should value people around us because we don't know where we might meet again.
And maybe you can make an unlikely connection along the way. I think that's that wraps up the episode. I think it's been a very fruitful conversation. We've talked about unlikely connections, learning in strange places, imagination, how to participate actively in change, and I've enjoyed being able to see all of you and hear from you, and it's been a really nice journey we've been on over the last little while. So hopefully we haven't gone too over time, but I'll stop talking now and let's wrap up the show.